your wife doesn't have a Google phone, right? She have an Apple?
Yes.
And she, you know, Apple's got all these crazy products. They've got what's the thing that you put on your wrist that kind of goes with your phone? What's that one called?
Some of the Apple Watch?
The Apple Watch. Does May have an Apple Watch?
She does.
Okay. Did you ever watch Steve Jobs' presentations when he would get up and say, you know, just one more thing? You ever see him do that? And he drops like a new product or anything?
No.
Never seen that before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. I'm publishing what's been, well, I don't even know if I've shown this opposing counsel. This is just. May I approach the witness? Let the record reflect I'm showing opposing witness 378. State's proposed 378. Those appear to be the messages that we're looking at in that timeline, sir. Okay, and on the back of this is the very image that she sent to you. Would that be correct?
Right.
And that's a fair and accurate depiction of that thumbnail, correct? And it's a fair and accurate depiction of what's up there in that timeline, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. At this time, we ask permission to admit State's 378.
No objection.
And you talked about these. I think you told us before on cross that these messages, you know, they weren't hacked or anything like that from the police. Like these were the messages, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm now going to publish 378. So this message, if you could, please tell me what is the time. Oh, it's kind of cut up a little bit. What time is that message sent?
At 10:36 a.m.
Okay, on September the 2nd, is that
Correct.
right? Then we have this other little blurb. It doesn't actually have anything there, but what is the time on that?
10:36.
And then we have on this following page another message at 3:16. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's kind of talking about how much, you know, she's selling some cards and making some money, something like that, correct?
Right.
And you immediately kind of respond within a minute to her at around 3 o'clock, correct?
Right.
But you don't do anything here, correct? Because it's just a random message, and there's no need to. I mean, nothing's being asked of you, right?
Right.
It's just a random message.
Right.
And you know, you just take care of it when you walk in the door, right?
Pretty much.
Showing opposing counsel what's been marked as safety close 379 through 387. Before I approach, I'm just going to ask you one more time. You didn't delete anything off your phone on September 2nd of 2022, did you, sir?
Not that I recall.
Now we're going to approach the state's proposed 379 through 387. I want you to take a look at those.
Okay.
Okay. Sir, do those appear to be messages that we just looked at from maybe some other device that we were just looking at through your text messages or your timeline?
Yeah.
Do those appear to be fair and accurate depictions of those messages?
Except there's an additional message.
Right, there's an additional message. That's your wife's Apple Watch, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, and that's a fair and accurate depiction of what that watch looks like, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
And with the exception of the one message that's off, everything else seems to be a fair and accurate depiction of your communication on that day that you were just telling us about on the timeline. Isn't that right?
And so it seems, yes.
Okay. At this time, we'd ask for the admission. States proposed 379 through 387.
You could approach, please.
Endowments.
Sir, you maintained that on the morning, September 2nd, 2022, you were at home, correct?
Right, except for when I went to take a walk.
You deny going over to 7216 Bronx Circle, correct?
Yes, sir.
Publishing 379. That is your wife's Apple Watch, correct?
I mean, it's got a picture of my daughter on it, so I'd have to assume that it is.
No. That's the same picture you just told us about from your text messages, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's at 10:35, correct?
Yes.
It says Friday, correct?
Yes.
It also says Rob up in the corner, correct?
Yes.
I'm now publishing 380. Please read to this jury, what does it say underneath that photograph?
It says, "Where are you?"
Where are you? You told us you were at home.
I did not. I said, actually, when I got the messages, I was still on my walk.
Sir, is it your testimony that you were at home on the day in that morning?
Not the entire morning, no. And
Okay.
I said that to you,
And
sir.
let me ask you this question. That message isn't on your phone, is it?
It isn't. I mean,
So the answer is
if
no,
it was
it's not
sent,
on your-
if
it's
it
not
was
on
sent,
your
it
phone.
should have been.
One
But
at a time, one at a
Sir?
time, please.
Yes or no? That message isn't on your phone.
why it isn't, I wouldn't know because it
I
apparently
didn't
it's
ask
not.
you why.
It's not on my wife's phone either.
Sir, I didn't ask you why. I asked you a yes or no question. That message is not on your phone, correct?
From what you showed me, it is not.
And you were in possession of your phone on that day, correct?
On that day, yes.
And you, as the owner of the phone, have the ability to save messages and delete messages, correct?
Yes.
Because the person who holds the phone controls the information, correct?
At that moment, yes.
Right. And she's asking, where are you? Right?
Yes.
At that same time, at 10:30 in the morning, we've seen video surveillance of a car that you say looks just like mine driving in Mr. Gehrman's neighborhood, correct?
That is correct.
Sir, if you left your phone at home, you wouldn't have been able to respond to that message, correct? If you were not next to it, correct?
That's speculative, but
If you left your house and left your phone at home on the morning of September 2nd, and your wife's texting you, where are you, you wouldn't have been able to respond to that, correct?
But I did not.
I didn't ask you that. If you were not in your house on September 2nd in the morning, and your wife sent you a message with a phone you had left at home, it would have been impossible for you to answer that question, correct?
Again, this is speculative answer.
He can answer.
I'll ask you again.
Again, that would have been if in fact that was the case. If in fact I left my phone at home, then sure, yes.
I have no further questions for this witness.